Hello everyone, welcome to National Standard Examination in Junior Science 2013 Physics Solutions. One side of a glass slab is silvered as shown in figure. A light ray is incident on the other side at an angle 45 degrees. Refractive index of glass is 1.5. The deviation of the ray of light from its initial path when it comes out of the glass slab is given sin inverse root 2 by 3 is 28 degrees. Given the bottom surface of the glass slab is silvered and the light ray is incident on the upper surface, applying Snell's law at the point of incidence, n1 sin theta 1 equal to n2 sin theta 2, that is 1 into sin 45 equal to 3 by 2 sin r, from which we get r equal to 28 degrees. Deviation produced at the first refraction, I minus r, which comes out to be 17 degrees clockwise. Deviation at reflection is 180 minus 2r, that comes out to be 124 degree anti-clockwise. Deviation at second refraction is again I minus r, which is 17 degrees clockwise. So the net deviation is 124 minus 34, that comes out to be 90 degrees in anti-clockwise direction. An object of mass 1 kg is made to slide down a smooth inclined plane of length 20 meter. If the kinetic energy possessed by the body at the bottom of the plane is 100 joule, the inclination of the plane with the horizontal is, take g equal to 10 meter per second square. Mass of the object is 1 kg, kinetic energy on reaching the bottom of the inclined plane k equal to half mv square, from where we get velocity of the object to be 10 root 2 meter per second. Acceleration on the inclined plane is a equal to g sin theta, that is 10 sin theta. Applying the equation v square minus c square equal to 2as, we get sin theta equal to 1 by 2, from which theta equal to 30 degrees. An inclined plane of inclination theta is placed in water as shown in figure. Consider a small area delta A around point P at a depth h. If density of water is rho and acceleration due to gravity is g, the force experienced by delta A due to hydrostatic pressure is. The point of consideration P is at a depth h below the free surface of the liquid. Pressure acting at that point P equal to h rho g. Force experienced by the element of area delta A equal to pressure into delta A. That comes out to be rho g h into delta A. Hydrostatic pressure acts always perpendicular to the surface. Consider the following two statements about light and sound. Choose the most appropriate option. When light and sound travel from air to water, light may bend towards normal while sound may bend away from normal. Sound is longitudinal wave while light is transverse wave. Sound waves in air and water are longitudinal while light waves are transverse electromagnetic waves. As a ray travels from one medium to another, it bends towards the normal in denser medium and away from normal in rarer medium. For sound, water is rarer medium because the speed of sound in water is more than that in air. For light, water is denser medium because the speed of light in water is less than that in air. So, the option C is correct. The percentage change in acceleration due to gravity at an altitude equal to the radius of the earth compared to that on the surface of the earth is given by. Let the acceleration due to gravity on the surface be g. Acceleration due to gravity at a height h is given by gh equal to g times r by r plus h whole square, where r is radius of the earth, h is altitude. Now gh equal to g times r by r plus h whole square. Since h equal to r, we get gh equal to g by 4. Now the percentage change in gravity gh minus g by g into 100, that comes out to be minus 75%, indicating that the value of g decreases by 75%. A particle accelerates with a constant acceleration a0 and reaches a maximum velocity and then decelerates with a0 to come to rest. The position time graph describing the situation is best represented by. Given that the object is moving with constant acceleration, so the velocity changes according to v equal to u plus at and position of the particle changes according to s equal to ut plus half at square. So the velocity graph is a straight line and displacement graph is a parabola. Two bulbs of specifications 50 watt 220 volt and 100 watt 200 volt are connected first in parallel and then in series across 220 volt supply. Choose the correct statements. Power consumed by the bulb is the indication of its brightness. In series combination, current is same, so PC equal to I square R, so power consumed is directly proportional to R. Resistance of the first bulb R1 equal to V square by P, that comes out to be 968 ohm. Resistance of the second bulb again R2 equal to V square by P, that comes out to be 400 ohm. In parallel combination the voltage is same, so power consumed equal to V supply by V rated whole square into power rated. Power consumed by the first bulb P1 equal to 220 by 220 whole square into 50, that comes out to be 50 watt. Power consumed by the second bulb P2 equal to 220 by 200 whole square into 100, that comes out to be 121 watt. So statement A is correct. Which of the following situations is impossible? A body having constant velocity and variable acceleration. A body having zero velocity and non-zero acceleration. A body having constant acceleration and variable velocity. A body having velocity and acceleration in opposite directions. Statement A is not possible, that is, a body cannot have constant velocity and variable acceleration. Coming to statement B, at the highest point of vertically projected body, a body can have zero velocity and non-zero acceleration. A body moving in uniform circular motion can have constant acceleration and variable velocity. A body in simple harmonic motion can have velocity and acceleration in opposite directions. A liquid A of density 1.6 gram per cc and a liquid B of unknown density is poured into a U-tube as shown. The liquids are immiscible if height of A is HA equal to 26.6 cm and height of B is HB equal to 50 cm. The density of B is. Hydrostatic pressure at a given horizontal level should be same. Pressure due to liquid A is P0 plus rho A G HA. Pressure due to liquid B is P0 plus rho B G HB. From the principles of hydrostatic, pressure at same horizontal level is same. So we get rho A HA equal to rho B HB, from where we get rho B equal to 0.85 gram per cc. Diagram shows trajectory of a cricket ball. The set of arrows which show the direction of acceleration of the ball at P and Q respectively are. As seen from the diagram, the trajectory followed by the cricket ball is parabola. Irrespective of position of the particle on the trajectory, acceleration due to gravity always acts vertically downwards. If temperature of certain mass of aluminum having specific heat capacity 0.8 joule per gram degree centigrade is lowered by 6 degrees centigrade and heat lost is 96 joule, then mass of aluminum is. The amount of heat lost by a substance Q equal to ms delta T, where m is mass of the substance, s is specific heat capacity and delta T is change in temperature. Applying the formula, we get m equal to 20 gram. In photoelectric effect, the maximum kinetic energy Ek of photoelectrons depends on frequency f of light incident on the metal surface of work function phi. In an experiment, f is varied and Ek is measured to determine the value of Planck's constant. Given Ek, maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons released, f is frequency of incident radiation, phi is work function of the metal. Apply Einstein's photoelectric equation E equal to phi plus Ek, that is hf equal to phi plus Ek, from where we get Ek equal to hf minus phi, which is in the form of y equal to mx minus c, a straight line with a positive slope and a negative y-intercept. So in the place of slope we have Planck's constant value. Essential requirement for the operation of a step-down transformer is, let us try to understand the options given one by one. The laminated core helps in reducing eddy current losses by increasing the resistance of the core. There is no electrical connection between the primary and secondary windings of the transformer. They are linked by magnetic flux. High frequency transformers may have non-magnetic cores. Magnetic interaction between the primary and secondary coil is the essential principle of working of a transformer, that is known as electromagnetic induction. On a rainy wet day, a thunder is heard 6 seconds after lightning. If speed of sound is 350 meter per second, the altitude of cloud is. Let the altitude of cloud be h. Time taken by light to travel, t light equal to h by c light, and time taken by the sound to travel, t sound equal to h by v sound. The time difference between the two events is given to be 6 seconds. Upon substituting the values, we get the height of the cloud to be 2.1 kilometer. There are three bodies A, B and C. Body A, when brought closer to B, attract. When body B is brought closer to C, they repel. We can then conclude A and B attract each other. So either they are oppositely charged or one of them is uncharged. B and C repel each other, so both are similarly charged. From the above observations, we can conclude that B is not neutral. So A is positive, B is negative and C is negative. A body of mass 2 kg moving in positive x direction with a speed of 4 meter per second collides head-on with another body of mass 3 kg moving in negative x direction with a speed of 1 meter per second. During the collision, a loud sound is heard and they both start moving together. The sound energy cannot be greater than total kinetic energy before collision, half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square, that comes out to be 17.5 joule. Common velocity after collision, by applying conservation of momentum, we get 1 meter per second. So the kinetic energy of the system after collision, half of m1 plus m2 into v square, that comes out to be 2.5 joules. So the loss of kinetic energy in the process is 15 joule. So the maximum sound energy that can be produced is 15 joule. In a nuclear reactor, the electrons and protons are moving in opposite directions across a small hole in 2 seconds. If the number of electrons and protons is 2 into 10 power 16 each, the current through the hole is given by. Electrons and protons moving in opposite directions contribute current in the same direction, that is towards the movement of positive charges, protons. Number of electrons is equal to the number of protons, which is given to be 2 into 10 power 16 and the time is 2 seconds. So the current I equal to Q by T upon simplification comes out to be 3.2 milliampere. Which radiation is easiest to shield? Beta, alpha, gamma or neutron? Alpha is nothing but helium nucleus having 2 units of positive charge and 4 units of mass. It is the heaviest particle which has less ionization power and less penetrating power. Beta is nothing but electron having unit negative charge and almost zero mass. Since it is a lighter particle, it will have high ionizing power and penetrating power. Gamma is electromagnetic radiation with no net charge, so it is a very high penetrating power and high ionizing powers. Neutron is uncharged particle with unit mass, so more penetrating power than alpha and beta, but does not ionize the matter directly like the other charged particles. Two infinite wires are placed parallel to each other. They carry currents I1 and I2. The magnetic fields are B1 and B2 respectively. Different situations are given in column 1. The comments on the direction and strength of magnetic field are given in column 2. Match the following. Midpoint current in same direction, that is B1 equal to B2 and B1 minus B2 equal to 0. Right outside current in the same direction, that is B2 is greater than B1 and B1 plus B2 is into the plane of the paper. Midpoint current in opposite directions, that is B1 equal to B2 and B1 plus B2 equal to 2B into the plane of the paper. Right outside current in opposite directions, that is B2 is greater than B1 and B1 plus B2 is out of the plane of the paper.